Do you guys remember the cinematic masterpiece Cool Cat Saves the Kids?
3, 4, that feels great!
Remember who created that? Derek Savage? Remember how he's making a new movie called Gun Self-Defense for Women?
Oh, wow. She's got kids. That must mean she's got money. Only rich.
Remember how I said I was going to boycott that movie because of what he did to the YouTube channel I Hate Everything?
I would have loved to see this movie, and I probably would have donated to it. But now I can't, because I firmly disagree with your actions.
Well, I saw the trailer for it, and I really want to see this movie. This movie looks like another masterpiece. I think there's a part where he's saying just to shoot any attacker with a shotgun like 7 times. I'm legitimately worried about I Hate Everything's safety after watching this trailer. Cool Cat is a celebrity kids character. So only one celebrity kid, and that's his character. You don't need the apostrophe, Derek. I looked up more information about the movie on his website. Thanks for putting a link in the description to your site, Daddy Derek. And I stumbled upon his books that he's currently making. They're not out yet, but as soon as they are, I'm buying them. I'm gonna give him my hard-earned money. I know my mom raised me better than that. You know, in one of my videos, I think I mentioned that I have a cat named Baby Cat. I can't believe you stole my cat's name, Daddy Derek. You'll be hearing from my lawyer team that is definitely real and not made up. And the book that I want to read the most is Bible Birdie. And I think the cover speaks for itself. Now, there's 4 chapters. Bible Birdie meets God, Bible Birdie learns about heaven, Bible Birdie sees a miracle, and Bible Birdie makes a new friend. Of course! Now, I don't want to spoil anything, but I think Bible Birdie might be dead. I did some research on this picture of Jesus, and it's from a painting by Harry Anderson, and it was commissioned by the Mormon Church. Oh, I wonder if you got the copyright to do that. Now, I'm hoping this is just a prototype cover. Oh my gosh. Derek Savage, if you're watching this, I doubt it, but if you are, let's make a deal. If you let me talk about one of your books and even read passages from it without shutting me down, which I'm totally legally able to do, I will make you a new cover for Bible Birdie. No cost. You don't even have to say I made it. You can look at my Tumblr page for my portfolio if you're interested, which I'll link in the description. Now, what a range this guy can write. We got his little kid books, which are colorful and whatever, but also Daddy Derek shows us that he's not all too innocent himself. He can write some pretty deep, gritty stuff. I'm going to be reviewing the first chapter of Midnight Stripper, a male dancer story. And I don't think the whole book is out yet either. It might be, but I couldn't find any information on it on the website. But Daddy Derek has posted the first chapter of the book, so we're only going to be reading that, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure I'm not breaking any copyright laws by doing this. I think. Well, let's see. You know, I kind of want to get into voice acting too. So Daddy Derek, if you want me to read this as an audiobook, I'll totally do it. I mean, not for free, but I'll give you a discount. And you have to give me a free copy of Gun Self-Defense for Women. Okay, let's get to it. First line. As a gentle breeze blew over the sea of cars, James Knight. James! Oh, his name is James? This story is about me. I'm the main character. James was stuck in the downtown traffic of Los Angeles, but he didn't care. He was enjoying the robust flavor of his morning coffee, and it tasted great. Then an automobile swerved in front of his car, forcing James to slam the brake pedal to avoid an accident. Oh, dang, that was the first paragraph. When you're writing a book, you need to encapsulate the reader within the first paragraph. No, the first freaking line of the book. Publishers will look at the first line of a book you send them and sometimes reject it without reading anything else. So that's why a lot of first lines in books are interesting. But I think you got this one in the bag, Mr. Savage. Don't worry about it. Okay, so he spills his coffee. Coffee was burning into his crotch, as Daddy Derek puts it. Then he starts thinking to himself and gets all emotional, and he's thinking about wanting to go on vacation. Then the car beside his bursts his playing hooking dreams by blowing its horn aggressively. Like that's gonna help, James mumbled. For being constructive, that was a little awkwardly worded, Daddy Derek. Then he goes to his office building and he talks to the security guard and goes inside. Thanks for including that gripping detail. Well, here comes another exciting day of accounting, chuckling to himself. How do you even do that? Well, here comes another exciting day of accounting. He talks to Lucy, the receptionist. Good morning, Lucy. Hope things are well. She responds cheerfully. Hello, Mr. Knight. Have a nice day. Now, while I was reading this, there were times where I just chuckled to myself. Not because there was something funny, but because I knew the context of who actually was making this book and what he's like. I would just think to myself, man, what am I doing? Good morning, James. I hope you're ready to get started. I've already had a funny conversation with one of your favorite clients, she giggled sarcastically. I already had a funny conversation with one of your favorite clients. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Then there's so much boring small talk. Daddy Derek tries to describe a character named Mr. Pollock, but I'm so uninterested and have no idea what his relation to James is that I don't care. So James and Pollock have an exchange over the telephone, and they're not explaining anything that's happening. Like, some context would be good here. What are you doing to me over there? James knew his answer had better be satisfying. Don't worry, Robert. I'll take care of everything. Have I ever failed you? And look at the bright side. They say the second time is lucky. This is a stripper book. What are they talking about? What do you mean by the second time? We also find out that Mr. Pollock's first name is Robert. And I have a secret, you guys. That's actually my first name, Robert. Like, here's my birth certificate. First twin. I go by my middle name, James, and everyone calls me that. I have to correct teachers when they're calling attendance. But yeah, my first name is Robert. I'm one of those kids. So we have a character named James and Robert. Do you know what that means? That's twice the royalties, Daddy Derek. Pay up. And then the scene changes, and this is the first line. Standing in front of a full-length mirror, Johnny was wearing only a red and black striped G-string as he admired his tan physique. And my last name is Johnny! Robert James Johnny. That's actually not true, I made that up. There is one part later in the paragraph that I'm not going to read, but all you need to know is that the words lusty titillation is in it. So Johnny asks James for a ride to work. He works at a strip club, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they ever mentioned strip club, but there's a high chance that he does. So then they talk about getting beers before he goes to work. I think I can manage that. I'm just curious how many beers you need to do your job, Mr. Shake Your Moneymaker. Oh, jeez. I think James is gay. Oh, but then his girlfriend calls him, so not gay. She calls to cancel dinner plans to a restaurant James made reservations for because, quote, my friends want to go out and that's what I want to do. James is mad, but she says maybe we can do it next week. I'm sure they'll be open. Next week? Still be open? What the hell are you talking about? James knew it had to be done. Let's try and keep this G, Daddy Derek. My mom's watching. So this is what I think the biggest problem for the whole chapter is. Well, first off, it's incredibly boring, but it does a terrible job at explaining things. James knew what he had to do. What did he know that he had to do? Become a stripper? I don't know who this James character is. What are his interests? How old is he? The only thing we get on his physical appearance is perhaps it was his pearly white teeth or his dimpled cheeks. Oh, man, this guy's a hawk. Who's Mr. Pollock? Is it his boss? This is so boring. You know what? I don't want to do the audiobook anymore. I'll stick to doing this. I will do that cover, though. Just message me if you seriously want it. Daddy Derek, I just want to say thank you for supplying me with so much content. Hey, Dad, can you film Baby Cat for me?
No, I'm not at home.
Okay, well, when you get home, can you film Baby Cat?
Doing what?
He doesn't need to be doing anything. He's just looking cute.
For how long?
And like 5 seconds.
Okay, so I could email it to you.
Yeah.
Did the other one ever make it to you, by the way?
Yeah, I got the other one.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Dad.
Bye, James.